Juice, sauce, little bit of dressing, ice, wrist, little bit of flexing.
Since TikTok started in 2016, it has become a huge and wildly successful video sharing network. TikTok has also managed to build a foundation where some everyday people have become massive influencers who are now in the hype house, where they must follow very strict rules to remain in the house. Stick around because today we're going to look at some of the strictest rules TikTok stars must follow to stay in the hype house. You don't want to miss these. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. First, we start with constant content creation. As much as these stars got their fame and influence from creating different entertaining content, it's only logical that this rule reigns supreme. The major founders of the Hype House, Thomas Petrow and Chase Hudson, made regular creation content a priority in the house. In fact, members are meant to create a minimum of 3 to 4 videos per day. This culture has been made possible by the house manager and member, Thomas, who ensures that those who fail to meet up with the requirement don't eat until they finish performing their duties. This rule might seem really strict, but looking at it critically, it's one of the ways of making the stars more productive and getting more positive cash flow, as a video was said to make between $30,000 to $40,000 or more on TikTok. Thomas Petrow told the New York Times in an interview, "You can't come and stay with us for a week and not make any videos. It's not going to work. The house is designed for productivity, and at the end of the day, it's all about gaining views and making it big." So it's definitely a win-win situation for everyone. Next is the you break it, you buy it rule. Even though the Hype House is a grand mansion situated in Los Angeles, California, the you break it, you buy it rule came with no preferential treatment. Any member who breaks or destroys any furniture in the house must pay for it or replace it. Considering the number of stunts and activities the stars perform daily while creating videos, objects and furniture in the mansion could easily get destroyed in the process. So this rule is in place to help prevent excessive damages, considering that the mansion itself is sparsely furnished and the number of days the person is given to replace whatever is damaged must not exceed 15 days. Failure to comply with this rule could definitely lead to the ejection of such members. The fact that a lot of TikTok videos from these stars come with a lot of crazy antics, it's only fair that this rule is in place. The next strict rule is that the bathroom must be locked. Now, this is another awkward and strict rule that the TikTok stars have to follow. The Hype House has a magnificent bathroom that is the size of a mini flat. It also comes with a wide and beautiful mirror that helps to complement its grand splendor. The bathroom has become one of the favorite spots for members and a makeshift studio to shoot some of their various TikTok videos. To prevent multiple video sessions from interfering with each other and making sure that no one accidentally walks in and interrupts a video session, the managers of the house had to fix a lock code that is activated during filming. Even though this rule seems pretty practical, we wonder what happens if any of the members urgently needs the restroom during filming? Won't that eventually lead to a distraction? Well, we hope there are other small bathrooms to spare in the mansion if the master bathroom will always be under lock and key. Next is the age restriction. There is a strict age restriction for members and would-be members of the Hype House. This rule basically prevents those who are below the legal age of 18 from moving into the mansion. In fact, one of the founders of the Hype House, Chase Hudson, was unable to live in the house because he was only 17 at the time they made the rules. Even the queen of TikTok, Charli, who has the highest number of followers on the platform, is just 16 and can't officially move into the house. However, the underage members can still collaborate with the house members from their parents' house and even visit the Hype House once in a while. Next is talent scouting. The house's unofficial talent scout, Chase Hudson, is in charge of looking for new talent on TikTok, and he made this possible by signing the house with one of the biggest talent scouting agencies in the world, WME. In scouting for members, Chase told the New York Times in an interview, "You either have to be talented at something or a weird funny mix, or extremely good looking." Another member, Alex, also added, "If you have all 3 of these features, you are a TikTok god." Next is that every new member must get along with the others. Upon discovering new talents, the new members are usually made to stay in the house for a month or thereabouts to get themselves acquainted with the old members. This is in place to make sure that the newbies are comfortable with everyone and can adequately cope with or live with other members, considering that they all come from different backgrounds, and so far most newbies tend to get along with others pretty well. The next strict rule is that every member must collaborate. Aside from creating amazing content for their growing number of fans, every member of the Hype House is meant to collaborate with each other. By doing so, they help promote each other's work, which makes their content go viral and also assists the newbies to get more followers, reach new audiences, and even make some cool cash for themselves. Here, working as a team will also help give them fresh ideas to create new content. The next strict rule is no parties. This is one rule that a lot of members might find a bit too strict to keep up with, but surprisingly, they stick to it like glue. The founders of the Hype House had purposely made the no party rule to enable them to focus more on their major mission, which has to do with creating great content on TikTok for their fans. But this rule doesn't restrict the members from partying outside either. They can party anywhere as long as they don't bring it in to the Hype House. Thomas told the New York Times, "If you want to party, there are hundreds of houses that throw parties in Los Angeles every weekend. We don't want to be that. It's not in line with anyone in the house's brand." Next is to save the drama rule. When you have close to 20 teenagers and young adults under the same roof, there is definitely bound to be conflicts and clashes of interests. But the Hype House tries as much as possible to prevent any form of drama or controversy by making up this rule. In order to not ruin their mission or ruin each other's reputations, members in the house must settle their differences amicably like one big family. According to a member, Alex Warren, in an interview, he said, "It's not just a group of friends. I literally treat it like family. You know, we argue, we fight, we all have our differences, but at the end of the day, we all go to bed and still love each other." Next rule is that you need to find your light. What's the essence of a good video without a quality light? Considering how trivial this rule might seem, it has become a major rule for these TikTok stars. The founders of the Hype House in an interview said that they purposely chose the mansion in California due to the rays of natural light that penetrate through every angle in the house, especially the windows. The perfect lighting enables them to shoot videos of good quality, hence, having a bad light is close to being a crime in the Hype House. The next rule is how schedules are managed. Even though the Hype House has no leader, one of the founders, Thomas Petro, has taken up the responsibility of being the house manager by ensuring activities in the house are duly implemented as scheduled. Thomas helps to keep the members going and motivates them to create content at the appropriate time. This also enables them to be as productive as possible every day. He also added that members risk being ejected from the house if they continue to slip up. Next rule is guest approval. Many of these TikTok stars have friends and family members who might want to pay them a visit at some point, but such a visit can only be possible if every member in the Hype House agrees to it. This strict rule of seeking approval from members before bringing guests in has continued to stand in the house to this day, and it doesn't seem like it's changing anytime soon. This rule is so strict that if a member disapproves or doesn't consent to any guests coming into the house, others have to compromise. Therefore, the implementation of this rule has to do with a consensus from every member without any exception. Next is that not everyone can be a member. With the fun, excitement, and benefits that come with being a member of the Hype House, unfortunately not everyone is eligible to be a member. According to Chase, the talent scout, there are certain features they require from TikTok users before they can become members of the Hype House. Some of those features include being talented, unique, good-looking, creative, and having a good number of followers. The next rule is that, of course, the content must be safe. Aside from creating content, members must ensure that the content they dish out is safe and does not in any way promote indecency and vulgarity in order to not annoy their millions of followers and also violate the TikTok content policy. Who wants to risk losing their TikTok account and even the Hype House because of unsafe content anyway? The next rule is that you must be okay with secret filming. This rule seems a little too strict and also threatens most members' right to their own privacy. But it has been made a rule to enable many of them to capture unique and funny moments in the house, which could in the long run end up becoming a hit. Therefore, there are hidden cameras in strategic parts of the mansion to help achieve their goal of content creation. Of course, you must also pay rent. Ever wondered if the members live in the Hype House for free? Well, here's your answer. They don't. It is a standing rule that every member must pay for their stay in the mansion. The rent is estimated to cost $900 per month. That is not too bad for these TikTok stars considering the high revenues they generate from their videos and as brand influencers. The next rule is that no one takes from anyone's check. Aside from the rent that every TikTok star is meant to pay, no one is allowed to have a cut from anyone's check. The revenues that members generate strictly belongs to them, and not even the Hype House founders can take from it. This rule is pretty awesome and quite empowering if we must admit, and it encourages the TikTokers to produce more and more content. The next rule is that you must keep up with the pace. With their crazy schedules, it's easy for a member to lag behind in their responsibilities. This is why the oldest member of the house, Thomas, who is 21, has taken it upon himself to keep everyone on their toes. Just like he said in an interview, it's a content house. It's like living in a movie set. It never stops. The next strict rule is that youthfulness is highly required. Ever wonder why many of these TikTok stars are mostly teenagers and young adults? Well, it's part of the Hype House's rules that members must be young. The reason behind this rule is to help capture a target audience with young energy and personality, and also helps the stars relate with their large fan base of teenagers and young adults. So, there you have it. Thanks for watching the video.